Mr. Kipgen, yesterday you weren't here. It just struck me I should ask you because, a lot of things came on chat box. And I wish that you were there part of my debate. And I can get in Ramananji on it later. Today I really want to discuss, because there's there's a meeting in the parliament. The decision needs to be taken. Manipur debate has to be posted. MPs need to be informed when, under which section Manipur debate will take place. Yesterday there was a lot of confusion of different Kuki groups talking about what they basically are demanding. Article 3, that letter, or some were saying union territory. What is the position of Kukis or tribes in Manipur? Can I get a clarity from you? Yesterday there was a lot of confusion and I got barrage of questions and statements on my YouTube chat box. Can you just shed light on it before we go any forward in this conversation?
Very sorry about that. Yes, it was initially confusing to many, to the public and to the people. But what the situation was that we were keeping all options open, in the sense that we were initially very optimistic that since the ground situation at present in Manipur at that time was such that there is already complete segregation along communal lines, that the Kukis were no longer in the valley and the Meiteis were no longer in the hills. So definitely the populations in the hills, we required some form of an administration. And we believe that it was crystal clear enough and that the central government would take notice of it and immediately start a discussion, start a dialogue process on what kind of separate administration that would be conducive for us. At that point of time, we were open to any form of administration, in the sense that we were optimistic that the central government would pay great seriousness and would take it up in a very very urgent manner regarding the kind of administration that would be conducive for us. But in spite of waiting for more than 70 days now, that did not happen. So it became pertinent on our part, especially the Kuki Inpi Manipur, to clearly spell out the exact kind of administration we wanted. And that is why in the meeting held at Lamkau on 13th July, the Kuki Inpi Manipur decided to explicitly spell it out that separate administration would be can only be in the form of a separate state under Article 3 of the Indian Constitution.
Okay. So are you saying there is no confusion?
There is no confusion of any sort, and that is the present demand of Kuki Inpi Manipur.
So what is the demand? You see, yesterday when I when I said is ITLF on a different page? I just want to set the record straight because a lot of people tweeted, on my Instagram, and I'll come to you, Ramananji. They came to they attached my Twitter on my Facebook page and Instagram. They said that I have taken a sort of a different position. I'm trying to I've given a conflicting view. So I just want it from the horse's mouth.
Yes, it's like this. You will. It's very obvious that you will get lots of comments on your personal account or inbox or on the page, because I have been getting the same kind of messaging also, because the people they feel that those who are not aware yet that the kind of discussion that we have had, the confusion is always in them. So maybe they thought that you were the right platform to get some clarification. So therefore the confusion. But we have made it clear, and the Kuki Inpi Manipur stand is very clear regarding this, and there is no confusion about that.
What about the position of the ITLF? Is it union territory? Is it sixth schedule? Is it separate state? Or is more power under fifth schedule?
There should be no confusion between as to whether the ITLF would take a different stand, because the ITLF is also a body that is constituted, wherein the Kuki Inpi Churchandpur, being one of the functionaries of Kuki Inpi Manipur, is also a part of ITLF. So there is going to be no sort of confusion in that matter. We are not going to have different kinds of mandates or different kinds of stands or demands regarding the kind of separate administration. There should be no confusion in that.
Ramananji, you come in. Then I have one more question for Mr. Kipgen before
Right.
I go to Mr. Shah. Yeah.
With the note of at the end of the day, the coexistence peacefully is the only solutions. Now, having said that, it is very surprised to know the demand of the Kuki brothers. On the Article 3, only talks about separate state, not the separate administrations, where the governors has been given the powers and the central government control the things. So it's very, I already have told many of times in the show that it is ultimate goals of the Kuki, brothers, that they want whole Kuki land in the in the state of the Manipur, which is very, very, annoying and provoking the Meiteis, where the Meiteis demand the integrity should be retained and the integration of the Manipur. Now, question is the when they demand the separate state or separate administration, why the two ministers of from belongs to the Kuki communities are still in the cabinet ministers? How come such demand can be achieved, and how come this demand can be done besides having your people, elected people in a democratic setup of Manipur? That is a question. They are not resigning. Rather, the ruling government is not giving suspensions on them, and they are still in the cabinet minister. And you are demanding, unlawful, and unconstitutional right of the Kuki people. That is very, surprise to me. Now the questions is the how come the Article 3 is applied to Manipur, and how it will be go on. That is the point. And this basically the objective of this article, bringing of Article 3, is to break the Manipur. That is what the concern of today now in the Manipur, where the Meiteis and the valleys are agitating. The problems one has to understand. You will continue to demand for the separate administration or separate state, and the you say you be silent on the valley, and you see the breaking of the Manipur. That cannot be possible. That's why the solution is very, very problematic, and the issue is very, very complex. If you continue demanding the separate state or separate administrations under the democratic setup of Manipur, the solution will not bring back. The peace will not bring back, because the what the valleys people are demanding is the integrity of the Manipur. They are not demanding the breaking of the Manipur. So obviously this will provoke the people more and more.
Can I share some thoughts on that?
Yeah, you can,
May
yes,
I?
you can share some thoughts on that.
First of all, there is nothing called democratic setup of Manipur. There is the democratic setup of India, and within this democratic setup of India, we are voicing our concerns. When you say that we are against Manipur integrity, let's take a look back. Who is against Manipur integrity? When you chase out your fellow citizens of India, fellow citizens of Manipur from the valley, when you kill them, you butcher them, you burn them down, you chase them out, where is the sense of integrity that you are showing? Now you are speaking something. You are saying something like, so it's sounding like this violence, current state of violence, is in reaction to our demands. No, our demands are in reaction to the current state of violence in the state. Now, when the people of Manipur, so-called people of Manipur, the ones who are, in power, the ones who are controlling the bureaucracy, the politics, everything, when you decided that somehow a certain section of the Manipur population be totally annihilated and their exodus be made immediately from the Imphal Valley, where is your sense of integrity? It is you who has kicked us out. Now, when you have kicked us out and we cannot be no longer be part of that Manipur setup, the political setup, the power setup, it is only, imminent for us to demand that now that we are not able to be part of the valley anymore, recognize this separation and give us a certain kind of administration. Now, earlier, initially, we were never, pro breaking up of Manipur integrity. That is why, if you notice, the KNO and UPF, under the suspension of operation agreement, they had strictly said that the territorial integrity of Manipur would be maintained. Then, why did the state government suddenly decide to withdraw themselves, to move out of this tripartite agreement? You are showing that we cannot talk with you anymore. We don't care about this Kuki population. So when you move out of that, once you have gone out of that, then by default, even that promises to maintain the integrity of Manipur, it is bound to be expelled. So let us be very clear, and not accuse each other. The situation that the Kukis are in today is the result of what the meiteis have done to us. It is you who is demanding a separate administration for us. We were happy, we were content to being with you in the valley. Why did you have to kick us out? Why do you hate us so much? Now, if you really want us to be separate, if you really don't want us living amongst you in the valley, then why are you even going further to stop us from having our own form of administration? And the highest kind of separate administration that we can hope for is a separate state.
Mr. Kipgen, there's a food for thought. When India was born,
Can I come in for a short?
Ramananji, I'll allow you. Mr. Kipgen, when India was born, the organization of states took place on linguistic basis. They did not take place on ethnic basis. Various ethnicities were part of bigger state, but linguistically they were organized. Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra, Odisha, Bengal, even Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh and Uttarakhand were not just on the basis of tribal, but they also had the backwardness as a quotient to it, It has a different impetus. There was part of two big states and the focus was not there. So that idea was also very, very different. Do you think, is it possible to think that, I'm throwing a thought to you, sir. Do you think that in a state, a secular state, can there be a reorganization on ethnic lines that would create a situation of balkanization of India? Imagine every community saying they want a state. Bundelkhandi wants a state. Awadh wants a state. Then someone says that, we want a state. Vidarbha wants a state. Konkan wants a state. North Kerala, South Kerala, Middle Kerala wants a state. Then what will happen?
Let me answer.
Okay.
So, likewise, we were also very much a part of that, and we truly upheld the linguistic basis of formation of state, and we never once questioned that. And we have always been living with that thought that yes, this is the kind of state that we want, and Manipur is a perfect state for us. We were always happy in it. We were always a part of that state. We always felt a part of it. Then why? Who are the ones who's today questioning it along ethnic lines? We are not the ones questioning the creation of statehood along ethnic lines. It is the Meitei population. They are suddenly decided to go against the Indian form of linguistic basis of state creation by communalizing things. They are the ones who have taken a communal tone to it, who have kicked out a certain section of the population based on their community. It is not the Kukis who have demanded it. It is not the Kukis who said we want to be separated. They have separated us. This is the result of an act of a separation that has been carried out by the majority Meiteis. I don't know where the confusion is. Till today, we are not saying that we should be given a separate state because we are Kukis. No, that is not the case. We are saying that we need to be administered separately. And if you ask us, since the government has been quiet so far, the central government has been quiet so far, silent so far. If you ask us, it is only that we would demand the highest possible that we can reach. We would demand a state. So where is this coming from? Where is this leading to? It has come from the valley. It has come from the sense of segregation, the separation that has befallen us.